Welcome to a V-BT06 rulings video. Bushiroad Japan has issued rulings for the V-Series' 6th mainline booster set, because reading is hard when trying to figure out why Bushiroad had to give Shadow Paladin a second VR in this set. Let's begin. Can I give Blasted Dark 10k power, even if they were already in stand position, when I use Mordred's ability? Yes you may. You do as much of the skill as possible. Can I get a Force 2 marker with Mordred's ability, if I got a Force 1 marker earlier from riding my first grade 3 unit? No you cannot. You can only get the same gift type you obtained the first time you got a gift marker during the match. Can I use Blasted Dark's auto ability, before using Mordred's ability, to gain a Force marker? Yes you may. You can resolve their abilities in any order, because you're gaining a marker with an ability instead of riding a unit with the gift icon. Can I choose not to use Nullity Masquerade's auto ability, when he's placed on rear guard? No you cannot. You do as much of the skill as possible, because it has no cost, nor is it restricted to once per turn. Can I use Nullity Masquerade's auto ability, even if there are less than 7 cards left in my deck? Yes you can. You do as much of the skill as possible. Will Nullity Masquerade get retired when I use his auto ability, when he was the only rear guard unit on my field? Yes he will. Can I use Nullity Masquerade's auto ability when I placed him on Vanguard, but I didn't have any other rear guard on my field? Yes you can. Retiring a rear guard is only part of his ability, and is not a cost. Will Hyuga's ability still change the names of all of the units on the field, even if I don't call a unit from my deck? Yes he will. You do as much of the skill as possible. Will the Turbulent Edges on my rear guard, that were renamed to Mandala Lord from their ability, still retain their 3k power bonus, if I change their names again with Hyuga's ability? Yes they will. Turbulent Edge's ability already resolved, and gave out 3k power. Can I use Hyuga's ability to rename Margai Mandala, even though it has a continuous ability, to rename itself as Mandala Lord while on rear guard? Yes you can. Hyuga's ability will take precedence. Will Blaster Blade lose Gansalot's 10k power bonus, if I change their names with Hyuga's ability? Yes he will. Can I choose not to use Brufus's on-attack ability? No you cannot. You do as much of the skill as possible, because it's not restricted to once per turn, nor has a cost. Will Brufus gain 20k power, if he retires a Blaster Blade with his auto ability, while Gansalot was on opponent's Vanguard? Yes he will. Brufus gains the current power of the unit retired by his ability. Will Brufus gain the bonuses of a unit in a Force 2 or Protect 2 marker, when they are retired with his auto ability? Yes he will. Both Force 2 and Protect 2 marker effects last on both players' turns. Brufus will gain an extra crit from a unit retired on a Force 2 marker, or gain an extra 5k power on a unit retired on a Protect 2 marker. Can Brufus still gain the power and crit of a unit he selected with his auto ability, even though it can't be retired? Yes he will. You do as much of the skill as possible. Can I soul charge the 3 cards I revealed with Brufus's act ability instead, if I don't have a card with the same name in my soul? No you cannot. The 3 cards you revealed will all be shuffled back to the deck, because the ability's conditions wasn't met. The end of clause requires you to meet its conditions, in order to resolve the rest of the ability. Can I reveal only 1 card with Brufus's act ability? Yes you may. You will add that card to your hand, if you have a card in soul with the same name, otherwise the revealed card will be shuffled back to the deck. Does Luquia's 3k power bonus applied to units that were called after using this ability? No it will not. It will only be applied to the units in the front row when resolving this ability. Will Luquia get 2k power instead, if you called 4 units from the soul? No she will not. Continuous abilities are only applied once. Will a Luquia I called from hand to rear guard gain 1k power from her continuous ability, after I called 2 or more units from the soul? Yes she will. Continuous abilities count actions for the entire turn, even if they are not present on the field during said action. Does Danger Lunge Dragon's ability require that all 3 force markers to be in the same circle? No it does not. They can all be in separate circles. Can I add back the grade 2 unit I Soul Blast for the cost of Danger Lunge Dragon's ability? Yes you may. Can I use Transient Revenger Masquerade's act ability, even though I don't have a Blasted Dark in my drop zone? Yes you may. Would a Hayaki Vogue that was called from another copy's ability get 10k power if I changed all of the units' names on the field with Hyuga's ability beforehand? No, it will not. The Hayaki Vogue that used its ability is currently being treated as a samurai chieftain Hyuga. Does Hayaki Vogue's ability also give 10k power to other copies that were called after using this ability? No, it will not. Only copies that were on the field during the resolution of this ability will be given 10k power. Would Hayaki Vogue's ability still count as having 5 units on my field if I called my 5th unit with its ability on top of another rear guard? No, it will not. Units that are called over by another unit are retired and sent to the drop zone before you resolve Hayaki Vogue's ability. Will a Spellhound called to an Axel marker due to another copy's ability gets its power reduced down to 12k regardless of the marker's power bonus if I have a Vanguard with only 12k power? Yes, it will. Spellhound's ability will take precedence over an Axel marker's continuous effect. Can I use Emblem Master's ability to soul charge cards that have the same name as cards in my damage zone? No, you cannot. A unit refers to a card in your Vanguard, rear guard, and or guardian zone. Can I soul charge copies of a card with Emblem Master's ability that I called over with Emblem Master himself? No, you cannot. Units that are called over by another unit are retired and sent to the drop zone before you can resolve Emblem Master's ability. Can I choose not to soul charge with Irina's on place auto abilities? No, you cannot. You do as much of the skill as possible because it doesn't state up to. Can I choose not to soul charge with Irina's ability when another unit rides over her? Yes, you may. Soul charging any number of cards can be interpreted as virtually zero. Can I choose a rear guard that can't be selected by opponent's card abilities when my opponent uses Mana's ability? No, you cannot. It's still considered as an opponent's card ability, even if it makes the owner choose. And even if there were no rear guards retired, Mana would still gain 5k power. What does central arrestor mean by middle of the back row? This is the back row circle behind your Vanguard circle. Even if there are odd numbers of Axel markers on your field, your middle back row circle won't change in accordance with the comprehensive rules. Can I only guard with exactly 20k shields during the turn my opponent used Hope on Dump's ability? No, Hope on Dump's ability only restricts you how much shield value you can place per guard placement. It does not limit you from guarding more than 20k shields in one guard step, nor does it limit how many times you can guard for the entire turn. How do I guard from hand if my opponent used both Hope on Dump and Variance Hard Legs abilities this turn? You must guard with exactly 3 cards with a total value of 20k shields. A card with no shield value such as a grade 3 unit or a protect 1 marker will be treated as having 0 shields. Thus you must add 2 other cards to give them a total value of 20k shields. Can I guard with only 2 grade 3 units from hand when I have Dialiner on Vanguard if my opponent used Hope on Dump's ability? No, you cannot. The original shield value of a grade 3 unit is 0. You must place other cards with a total value of 20k shields along with your grade 3 units in order to guard with them. Would the grade 3 Workeroid that was called to rear guard with Carol's ability considered as coming from the soul? Yes, it will. Can I call from soul the same Silverthorn unit that I soul charged with Breathing Dragon's ability cost? Yes, you may. Can I use Mars's ability even though he was my only rear guard? Yes, you may. You will draw 2 cards from his ability, but your attack will be considered to not have hit because he was retired. Can I use Denma's ability if my opponent's shields that were placed to the Guardian Circle disappeared? No, you cannot. Even if the opponent's shields disappeared during the guard step, it's still considered to have been placed to the Guardian Circle. Can I use Denma's ability if my opponent only used an intercept for his attack? Yes, you may. Intercepting is only moving a unit to the Guardian Circle. It is not placing them. Can I use 2 copies of Tanganiudo on my end phase if I only have exactly 5 units on my field? No, you cannot. You can only use 1 of them because you will only have 4 units left once the second copy tries to resolve its ability. Can cards with agent in their name in the back row intercept while Weasel Yellow is on rear guard? No, they cannot. Normal intercept rules still apply. Can I intercept with 2 copies of Weasel Yellow at the same time when they were the only Weasel Yellow units I had? Yes, you can. Just like guarding, you can intercept with 2 or more units at the same time. Can I countercharge and stand variant Skilletail if I use her ability to soul charge from the drop zone? No, you cannot. You can only perform this action if you soul charge from the damage zone, then placed one card from the top of your deck into your damage zone face down. Can I use Dorian's ability if she was on the Vanguard? Yes, you may. You only retire her if you use her ability while she was on rear guard. Can I use Dorian's ability even if she's no longer on the field when resolving her ability? Yes, you may. As long as she's on the field when you go into your end phase, her ability will be placed on standby. Can I use Dancing Knife Dancer's ability after it was placed in the soul by Dorian's ability? Yes, you may. Both their abilities are placed on standby on your end phase, and you resolve their ability in any order. Can I soul charge an intercepting icicle resistant when she's retired from the Guardian Circle due to an ability? Yes, you may. Would Rising Dragon get 20k power if I called 4 units from soul? No, it will not. Continuous abilities are only applied once. Would Rising Dragon get 10k power if I called it to rear guard from hand after calling 2 units from soul? Yes, it will. Continuous abilities count actions for the entire turn, even if they are not present on the field during said action. Can I use Red Eye Griffin's ability to retire Shader on Guardian Circle before it uses its skill? Yes, you can. Red Eye Griffin will be able to use its ability first due to turn player priority. Can I use Shader's ability if I use it to intercept? No, you cannot. Intercepting is only moving a unit to the Guardian Circle. It is not placing them. Would a Workeroid gain 5k power from Beverly's ability if you called it over her? Yes, it will. Even if Beverly was retired due to an overloaded circle, her ability was already placed on standby. And that concludes this V-BT06 rulings video. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments why the fuck did this take 2 months to be finished.